Will you ask for ketchup?
Princess of Bear, today we're at Disney's Wilderness Lodge because we like it by the waterside, and it's time to return to the canyon.
Whispering Canyon
Yes.
Cafe.
It's been far too long since we had dinner here, and as your number one choice of foodie infotainment, we're here to investigate what they still have for you. So remember, she's vegan. I'm not. I'm gonna blast off on this geyser.
It's time to foodie and chill. This is the allergy-friendly cornbread. It is served with earth-balanced butter. A small little piece here. It is very warm. I'm just going to get the tiniest bit of earth balance because there's other things you can eat this with. Cheers. It's very moist. Lots of I wish it had like corn kernels in it. I think that would give it just a little bit more kick, but I love this cornbread. It's not as good as Port Orleans, but it's great for vegans. And this one's actually gluten-free, which is nice. So 4.5 out of 5 cornbreads. Today it's not dry. Sometimes it's dry.
One of the best parts of coming to Whispering Canyon, be vegan or not, is the cornbread. You have this cornbread that does come with the skillets, but you can actually get this cornbread separately at any point in your meal. And honestly, I am never cornbread out. Though I am corny. Frequently. Little biases built in. Not as good as the Princess's cornbread, but still very good. 4 out of 5 thoughts. Here's the real reason I come to Whispering Canyon. The Princess comes because she's got more plant-based options than she gets at more than most buffets. However, this is my favorite cornbread on property. Now, people will tell you can go to Boat Rights at Port Orleans Riverside. You can get cornbread there. But it's not as good as Whispering Canyon's cornbread because they know cornbread. I don't know who's behind this cornbread, but one day I want to shake your hand. A little dollop of the butter. Not too much. I'm not really a butter on my cornbread kind of person. But it's here, and I feel I should try it.
I think it's honey butter.
It does actually smell like honey butter. You can come here and get an entree. You can order the cornbread. It's expensive.
$10.
$10 a basket, but it's worth it. I would come here just for this. Legitimately. 5 out of 5 thoughts. It's on the Bear Sexies list. If I have to have corn in this bread, it needs to be in the canyon. The Whispering Canyon.
This is one of my favorite hacks to do at Whispering Canyon. You get the jackfruit dip, which I absolutely love, with the jalapeno cheese, and you get the cornbread instead of the tortilla chips. And you just slather that on there. Now this is really hot, and it's a really big bite, but I commit to my mistakes, so... Oh man, I'm gonna regret this. It's giving me like Roundup Rodeo barbecue. They have a baked bean dish that has jackfruit in it. And it just tastes like that without the beans. And then you just put it on some cornbread. It's fabulous. I love this appetizer. I would give it a 4.75 out of 5. It's much better with the cornbread than with the chips. Just like Port Orleans.
So this wonderful jackfruit dip, long been one of our favorites. This is one of those appetizers we hope never goes away, but it is delicious, tasty roasted jackfruit in a barbecue sauce with this melted plant-based cheese and jalapeno. Honestly, it's one of the few places left on property you can still get jackfruit, so we're happy that it still exists, but it can be kind of messy doing it without tortilla chips. Be warned. With the jalapeno and the pepper jack, the heavy lifting they do, neither of them skip leg day. That gives it a nice spice, not overly spicy, maybe like a 2.5 out of 10 on the spice scale, but the flavor of that spice, combined with the jackfruit and cornbread, feels like something a cowboy would eat by the fire somewhere lost in the wilderness. Have I ever been a cowboy? No. Have I been lost in the wilderness? Yes. What that means about this review, I have no idea, but this is tasty, and honestly, I wish I get this to go frequently. 4 out of 5 claws.
This is the Chicken Chicken. This is a Gardein chicken breast. It is the same chicken that you can get at Storybook Dining, which is why we haven't been back in a while. It does come with the same chimichurri at Storybook Dining as well. Cheers to a chicken. I recently had Impossible Chicken at Ohana, and it was so much better in flavor than this Gardein chicken fillet that it's really hard to go back. I wish that this chicken specifically changed both at here and Storybook Dining, but until then, I'm just going to give it a 2.5 out of 5 chickens. It's not something that I would order again. It tastes very vegan, and the chimichurri doesn't really help with it at all. It needs like an extra sauce. Like maybe if I was to dip this in the jackfruit with the pepper jack, that might actually be helpful, but by itself, it's too dry.
The chicken is definitely chicken, and I don't mean in the positive way. This is more like in the hip name slickback look kind of way. Because the chicken has been in this resort since the opening of Storybook Dining. And we have been begging for a reason to go back to Storybook Dining. But honestly, the menu has been more or less the same since the place opened. The second that it updates, we'll run back. Or maybe one day we'll just cave and go anyway. But this chicken has not tricked itself into a better class of food category, I think. It tastes like plant-based food from the grocery store like 10 years ago. Like back when we would settle for things that were shaped like chicken and sort of like chicken colored consistency, but tasted like seasoned cardboard. And the chimichurri does nothing to help that. It just makes it chimichurri flavored cardboard. The consistency of the meat, less meat, it's not chicken. The flavor is not chicken. It's just amalgamous cube with chimichurri flavor. It's here, it's edible, but it's really not a vibe. I would give it 2 out of 5 claws. I love the fact that it's here, but honestly, I think it's time for more of the plant-based meals and what this is going to move away from all meat. They're not getting any better. Impossible was like the hill, and aside from some like plant-based steaks at Universal, it's been all downhill from there. We've come to Mystery Canyon tons of times, and we love it here. We love the skillets and the value that they present for this restaurant, this resort specifically. I have never gotten the land and sea skillet, oddly enough. But it's a very weird price point in that, like, not price point, but proposition, that it's like one thing that's from the sea and the rest of it is land, but half of it is vegetarian. I'm going for it either way. Now, the premier piece of it is the citrus herb chicken. You have a nice roasted chicken, not barbecued, roasted chicken like you would over a campsite fire with this citrus skin on the side. And yes, I am eating with a fork. That's because I have to hold a camera later. Other Disney resorts, take note. That is how you cook chicken. Well seasoned, like you have the citrus flavor all the way through the meat, with the herb skin, so it's a nice balance. Strong skin, light citrus all the way through, juicy meat, not dried out. I will definitely be getting more of this chicken. This one feels like a trick. 4.5 out of 5 claws.
My skillet has this little piece of Beyond sausage in here. It definitely doesn't look fried like the one we got at Ohana. It looks cooked, but is it cooked all the way is the question. It's not even a full, it's a half of a sausage. I guess they really expect you to order seconds. It looked a little under, but I have to say, whoever cooked this sausage Cooked it exactly the way that it was supposed to be cooked on the box. Not more, not less. The right amount. In the Goldilocks zone. And I gotta give them points for that. It's a 4 out of 5 sausage. Better than what I expected it to be.
So here is one of the most interesting parts of the Land and Sea Skillet. They do have non-vegan sausages included in both the traditional and the pig plate. But in the Land and Sea plate, you get a plant-based Beyond sausage, which I guess is supposed to be more of the land, even though I suppose a pig would have been too. I'm not complaining. It definitely feels like the more heart-healthy skillet, but it's just weird that they would include the plant-based sausage with all these other items. They cook Beyond sausage like somebody that's cooked Beyond sausage a lot. Very well cooked. I think it's a spicy sausage, in fact.
It is.
I get a little bit of tingle. Not like out of the park spicy. I'd give it maybe like a 0.5, maybe even a 1 out of 10 on the heat scale. But it's definitely there. That definitely helps with the normal like Beyond flavor. Beyond on its own, the plain sausage. While I prefer that over Beyond crumbles, it's still very intrinsically Beyond sausage. You cannot mistake that flavor for anything else. It feels like health food, if that means anything. As a non-vegan, honestly, you probably could have done like turkey sausage and been a little bit more happy. I would give it 2.75 out of 5 stars.
Next we have these mustard cooked beef tips. Now, the last time I had these was at Ohana. They just added these as a beef and broccoli option at Ohana. They were not cooked like this, they were soft. So I'm excited to have these. But then also, in the same hand, the last time I had the avocado toast here before they switched it over, they were out of Jackfruit and they put this on it and it was cold and it was not good. So that gives me like PTSD of like mustard tips because that's what was my avocado toast. This should be better. It's cooked properly, which means it's not soft, it doesn't fall apart in your mouth. The mustard is actually really nice. It's perfectly chewy. I wish I had more of like a glaze to it, like a mustard glaze where it's like all sticky. That would be really nice, but on its own, it's 10,000 times better than Ohana. And for that, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 beef tips. These are the Gardein beef tips that you need in your life.
Beef tips, plant-based style. I know this video and probably some other videos we've done lately, you have heard us throw a lot of shade at Ohana. Now, we're here to do these things so you don't have to. And honestly, Ohana has been resting on its laurels for far too long. And you're welcome to your opinion, but if you do go to Ohana thinking that it's better than any of the other places recommended in its place, I'm going to need you to come back and comment on this video, and in the others you mentioned it, to tell me why you think Ohana is better than anything else on property, because it does not deserve that ranking. These beef tips, even just the color and consistency, is 1,000 times better than the last time we had these. And these are a mustard-glazed plant-based beef tips, and they do in fact smell like mustard. That is more than enough to have you yelling like Kendrick Lamar. That actually feels and tastes and consistency like a beef tip. The mustard glaze has a nice flavor to it, that tang that you expect from mustard. It's not like extremely mustard coated, but you get like the mustard flavor, and it sells it. I would rather have an entire skillet of this than Beyond sausage any day of the week. I'll give that 3.75 out of 5 stars. So in the Land and Sea Skillet, you get roasted portobello mushrooms. And for some reason, they do not include these with the plant-based skillet. Just Land and Sea. You have a nice toasted portobello mushrooms served whole, not sliced. A little char on the underside. Is it smoky? Is it going to be mushy? Is it going to taste like your grandmother's garden? I'm not quite sure. Let's find out. It's got a good smoky flavor. It just tastes like sautéed mushroom, which is fine. It could stand to be cooked a little bit longer. They're a tad on the chewy side, but still good, still juicy. You get that portobello flavor in your mouth. And I think they're an adequate size. Maybe half, but even with this size portobello mushroom, they're just fine. I give it 3.5 out of 5 paws.
The availability of jackfruit right now has been hit or miss at this restaurant, but I am so glad they have it today. Now, they also have a barbecue cauliflower you can ask for on the side or in place of this. Right now they're out of it, so we just got the jackfruit, and that's fine. This is going to taste like our dip, and that's also fine because I love jackfruit. I love the barbecue jackfruit. So sweet, so tangy. This tastes like an incredible barbecue sauce. I love putting it on the cornbread, and I got extra cornbread just for the jackfruit, so I'm here for it. I give it like a 4 out of 5 jackfruit. It's just the perfect amount of sweetness and tang. It soaks up the barbecue sauce like perfectly.
One of the greatest things that has made it from our home, from Walt Disney World to our home kitchen, has been jackfruit. Jackfruit is an absolute delicious addition to any barbecue plate. It's actually scary at how well it takes to barbecue sauce and like savory sauces is like a pulled pork analog. It's very easy for you to cook at home. You can get cans at the grocery store for usually less than $2, and honestly it's really just sauteing it in a skillet, seasoning and saucing it, and you have vegan pulled pork. I know for some people it looks a bit weird, but if you season and cook correctly, it's great. We make pulled pork sandwiches with it. We've made sloppy joes with it. Do not sleep on this. Vinegary barbecue sauce definitely sells it. It is a bit softer, obviously, than you have like a pulled pork. It isn't chewy or greasy like that, but it soaks up barbecue flavor and sells a barbecue plate. This is something I wish I saw more of across Walt Disney World. We've seen it sort of like scaled back in the last 6 months or so as they've had stock issues, but we're glad it's here today. And honestly, it's one of the best things in this skillet. 4 out of 5 paws. Here we have the only sea portion of my land and sea skillet. We have the smoked salmon. And it looks like salmon that was cut out of a mold. You have like the salmon cube and then like the sort of like skin on the underside. It looks like they cooked it skin on the underside and then just sort of tried to cut it out after they cooked it, and it just didn't turn out well. It's fine. It does happen. All I care about is how it tastes. Don't ruin salmon for me. Please don't ruin salmon for me. It's actually quite good. Very flaky. Doesn't have the briny ocean flavor. Cooked well. That's salmon. Are you going to have fish breath after? 100% yes. But it's a standard salmon. That's better than some of the entree salmons I've got across Walt Disney World. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 points.
We have some beautiful red potatoes. Now these are whole red potatoes, so I'm just going to cut one in half. Now typically I would put some earth balance on this, but for the sake of the video I'm not going to, but later I am. The way they season and herb this red potato is just so beautiful. It's moist, it's juicy, it's herbaceous, but it's not like too much of one herb or another. It's just very like robust, and I love that. It is a good little snacking potato. I would give it a 4 out of 5 potatoes. Rocks my world.
Nice roasted fingerling style potatoes. They got a nice skin to them. They fall apart and come apart pretty easily. You don't even need a knife, which tells me they have been roasted correctly. This one clearly doesn't want to leave it till they're half. I understand that feeling, so I'm just gonna eat it whole. When you get like the small like red potatoes, the skin is everything. It's like slightly salty with a bit of like the herb, not overly oily, so you get like the inside mash nice and warm, but not like, they didn't overdo them. They're just right. I would give those a solid 4 out of 5 points.
My dish comes with peppers, And I don't really eat the peppers, so Jeff Goldblumed it. It just tastes like a roasted pepper. I want to put this on Bear's plate because I know he will enjoy this more than I will. I don't know, it just tastes like a pepper to me. I will give it a 2.5 out of 5 peppers. It's for the pepper lovers, I suppose. Red pepper's not my thing.
It's weird for me in peppers because I actually despise green peppers, but red peppers, be they cooked or raw, I will devour these things like potato chips. Like, the princess has seen me mow through an entire bag of like the mini peppers you get from the grocery store.
With hummus.
Yeah, with hummus in like 30 minutes. This looks delightful. Skin got a nice sear to it. Still very pepper on the inside. Lightly roasted. Even the green end, I'm eating it all. I want all the nutrients inside my belly. If I was her, I'd order more of these. I know she's done with it. The look on her face now is a look of absolute disgust. That whole pepper, it was worth it. 4.25 out of 5 claws. Seeds and all. They're really starting to pick apart the difference between these two skillets because, again, I have a Landon Sea skillet, and I get sweet potatoes, and the princess doesn't. She got peppers. Interesting. They look well roasted, at the very least. Honestly, they're just slightly peppered sweet potatoes, cubed. Given how well cooked the regular potatoes are, these probably could have used a little bit longer cooking. They're still kind of crunchy. Give these a 2 out of 5 claws.
Next on this dish is roasted carrots. This is probably something else I would put earth balance on, but I'm gonna try it by itself. It's probably soaked in the barbecue sauce. There's actually really nothing special about it. It just tastes like a soft roasted carrot. It's not really seasoned. It just tastes like carrot. Like remember like when you were a kid, maybe you got like the little baby carrots and you would microwave them with some water and they would just be like a soft carrot. That's basically what this tastes like. There's nothing extra to it. I'm gonna give it like a 2 out of 5 carrots. I will not order seconds of that.
Roasted carrot. Skin's roasted. They look cooked. Like an inch long, halved.
Thank you.
It's a carrot. What was a Disney farm movie? Open Range?
Home on the Range.
Home on the Range, like the one Disney movie I don't really care for. It wasn't that great. A lot of people probably feel the same. It just feels like a farm carrot. Slightly roasted, like enough to mush it. No seasonings, which is fine. Carrots are sweet. Children eat your veggies. Carrots will give you good eyesight. Well, this is what I told us as a kid anyway. I give that 3 out of 5 claws.
I'm pretty sure Bear purposefully saved the green beans for last. I will say just by appearance, these were not cooked low and slow. They're not that soft. They're looking like they're probably going to be more on the crunchy side. And that is the worst kind of green beans, especially for Bear. It's not a vibe. When I cook green beans, I like to put fresh basil. I love to have it in a nice broth. You've got like some lemon into it. You have like pieces of deliciousness. This is just straight green beans that were like cooked in water and just sat for a little bit. Not a vibe. I would give it a 2 out of 5 green beans. I would be surprised if Bear actually eats a whole one.
I was hoping the princess would not decipher a master plan. Did I purposely leave these for last? I did. I don't love green beans. I don't. Similar to I don't like lima beans and I don't like okra. I love green veggies. These just don't qualify to me as veggies. These are like tubes of rubber that you tell me are food. Kids and adults. You can tell your parents, even your older parents, they're with you, that as you eat the rest of your veggies, you don't have to eat the green beans. They're awful, and I hate them. There's nothing redeeming about that to me. I'm glad that I have carrots and mushrooms, and even sweet potato, because I'd much rather gobble all that than not touch another disgusting slimy green bean on this plate. It's a 1 out of 5 claws. The one extra thing that I get that the Princess does not get in my skillet, the land and sea skillet versus the plant-based skillet, is coleslaw. They do not have a vegan coleslaw here. So that's more for me. Now, I am a slaw connoisseur, so slaw for me does usually get judged rather harshly. But down it goes. Good amount of pepper. Veggies are crunchy. A little bit too much mayo. Coming off a bit creamy. A bit too much on the mayo side. If you roll back the mayo just a little bit, the pepper you have, that would be top tier. As it is, 3.25 out of 5 points. What would a nice meaty meal be without a nice weedy beer? Meaty weedy. That's where I'm going with it. Nice funky Buddha Hefeweizen. This is one of our favorite beers on Walt Disney World property. They even gave me a cup. They didn't have to, but they gave me a cup. If I ever do, sometime in my short bare life, make it to a beard spa, I want to bathe in a tub of funky Buddha Hefeweizen. I probably won't get to choose the extra kind of beer, but this feels like something I could bathe in and come out clean. It's that crisp. 4.25 out of 5 blocks. Whispering Canyon. Now, did we ask for ketchup? No, because we got to thinking, what at Whispering Canyon actually requires ketchup? And then we had to look around the restaurant.
Yes.
Only discovered the kids' menu had the cheeseburger with french fries.
Yeah, and one kid had a side of fries. I saw a kid that had a whole salad bowl, like this big, filled with mac and cheese.
That kid is living his best life.
The kids' menu, I guess, is where it's at if you're a kid.
Yes, most definitely. We always enjoy coming here. I actually did order seconds of something, which almost never happens when I come here because I needed more of that chicken. The Princess, you didn't get any seconds, did you?
I ordered seconds of the cornbread.
Yes. But it's so easy to leave here full. The price, the value proposition, entertainment from just hanging out in this restaurant. Part of the reason when we love coming here.
Yes.
We even plan to get dessert. Too full for that.
Yeah, I wish, but we'll get it at Territory Lounge or something in another video.
It's probably not going anywhere anytime soon.
No.
But we need to know what you guys think of Whispering Canyon. Is it too much for you? Do you not like the antics? Is the food not good enough for you? Or do you love it? We need to know your opinion in the comments below. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that will always be a place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, we will not know that you watched this video, and Bear will just yeet himself into this bear hotel while he waits for your comments.
The little river down there does look very inviting. I could bathe there. I could sleep out here, like down here. Yeah, I live here now. But you heard the girl. That does not look comfortable.